who have seen soaring costs amid Washington's war with Iran. But filling up is still more expensive than it was before the conflict began. According to AAA, a gallon of regular is now averaging $3.97. American drivers are collectively paying about $1 more per gallon than they were in late February. Maritime data company Lloyd's List Intelligence says major ship owners have started moving vessels through the Strait of Hormuz. For the first time since February, ships owned by major companies are transiting the strait free of interference by Iran. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
Today, mostly sunny. We'll see a bit of a filtered sunshine with a few high clouds, and temperatures very seasonable for this time of year, peaking in the low 80s this afternoon. Keep in mind there may be a bit of a breeze at times, gusting 20 to 30 miles per hour. Tomorrow, also breezy. We start off with lots of sunshine around. Then by the afternoon, a few more clouds bubbling up. That could give way to the chance of an isolated shower, but most of us will stay dry. Temperatures once again in the low 80s. We remain that way through your Father's Day as well. Low humidity means it will feel comfortable, but Sunday we'll see clouds increasing. That's ahead of our next big weather maker that arrives on Monday, bringing some rain along with it. The good news is we really do need the rain, and so we'll see some showers, potentially even a few rumbles of thunder to start off the work week, with temperatures dropping a bit below average for this time of year. From the First Alert Forecast Center at Channel 3, I'm meteorologist Tyler Hughes.
Welcome. Welcome to the show. This is Kevin Allen right here. This is the One Table Radio Show. We're doing this each and every Friday right here on WICH 1310 AM. What a great week here for the station. 80th anniversary of the station existing here, and being a part of the Norwich and greater Norwich community. So just to be a part of that energy right there, this week we had the big ice cream social down at the Dairy Queen in the great section of Norwich, Taffville. Got to get down there and watch Stu Breyer do his thing live. And just a big shout out to Stu Breyer. I got to tell you, 55 years. Wait a minute. 55 years in the business, I think he told me. And just incredible to think of someone that sat in a seat speaking, through this microphone, and using the radio as the platform to reach so many different people. Stu is a local legend, and I think he's more than local, actually. So just real exciting to be a part of that with the station energy that's going on. We attended the event yesterday. We had a great time with the chamber, an invite from both Joanne and Angie to go down to the Chestnut. Got to go down there. And just last week, we had a caller, Bill Nash, called in, and of course, people in the city of Norwich know Bill from his time serving on the police department, or probably most recently really noted as one of the local, council members, and always fighting for community and getting things done. And so Bill and we're all putting something together, which I think is going to be exciting for the city. It's going to have to do with arts and, of course, working with the Chestnut directly. So we had a great talk there, but really exciting. We got to go down and see some of the. I've never been at the Chestnut before, so it was really, really cool to actually go in there and experience that. To experience the Chestnut Theater and get a chance to see that. So we're live on all platforms, by the way. We're here on WICH, of course. This is where we want you to listen to us. WICH 1310. Tune us in AM, please. And also, you can find us online. One Table Radio is live right now. We're on all platforms, Tyler. Or where are we at?
Facebook and YouTube Live.
Okay.
And it'll be streamed at all podcasts.
So everything is Facebook and streaming live there, and YouTube as well. But we'll be on all the other platforms. You can find a podcast, and you can always go and check out the site. The Facebook pages and all that for One Table Radio. And so we're trying to make it convenient. So wherever you are in the world, we got friends across the world, obviously. So we want people to listen. But this is a local show about local topics and local things. And, just coming into the station right after Rob Dembski each week, it's really kind of cool to come in and and listen to Rob talking about things that I don't want to talk about, by the way. And I don't mean it like in a fresh way, but the energy that goes into what Rob's doing, I appreciate what he's doing. I appreciate what everyone's doing, all the volunteers, all the concerned citizens. I've been there. I've done that, right? My past experience in political office really gave me a glimpse into that, and it was exciting. It's nothing more invigorating than getting involved locally and seeing progress. Sometimes you got to fight City Hall, and I'm not advocating for that kind of technique, but I'm saying sometimes you got to stand up for things, and it's exciting to see. I pray, I hope, I'm going to say pray because hoping's just, sort of a waste of time, guys. Hate to tell it to you, but hoping doesn't do anything for you. I mean, hope is something to believe and have, but praying is something that I see, you see those results from. And I give all glory to my Lord and Savior, first and foremost. But I pray for the city that they come out of this debate with this fire issue, this fire topic, in a way that brings people together and doesn't divide them. And I think that's a conflict right now. It's a problem in our society. Like, how do we get over these disagreements? And it all becomes politicized. It all becomes divisions. It all becomes, what lane are you in? What argument? What side of the argument are you on? And I just find that that's an energy that, yeah, we've been battling in this country for a while. I obviously stepped, like I said, I stepped right into it in my political career. I mean, I told Rob this story. I probably talked about it publicly. One of the greatest experiences I've ever had as an elected official when I was serving as the first selectman in Griswold was the gun range. The gun range. And we got a caller right away. So I'm going to go right to the line here. We got some people excited. But, the gun range was exciting because I got a firsthand result of how you engage with your community when you're elected and how you have to listen to them. And that was a great experience. Let's see what we have on the line. Whoops. Hello. Who do we have? All right. I guess not. Oh, call back if I drop that call, please. Give a call back if you're on the hold. 860-889-5252. Sorry about that. I saw the light was blinking. I thought I clicked it the right way, but it didn't. So, that kind of experience that I had that I was talking about with the Patchogue gun range. And for those people from around this area might remember, it was a big topic. The state police wanted to put a gun range in Griswold. I, as the first selectman and then just elected a state rep, got up and stood up in a meeting and said, well, this makes sense. It's pilot money. We bring it into town. We can do this. And I learned very quickly that people had a different opinion. And when you find that out, it is your job and responsibility when you're in those positions, no matter who elected you, when you serve, you don't serve a party. You serve people. I think I come out of this, this time in my life that I talk about from serving with a lot of experience of how to engage with, I guess, people that you don't agree with. And it was a great learning lesson for me. I pray that this community finds some of those same promising, moments in their life, I guess. I feel like sometimes it's unfortunate that some people will look to just argue and not come together at a table, like a one table. Tyler, one table. Is your mic on? What were you sitting at? 3?
I don't know.
Oh, you're on. You're on.
My mic is
Testing.
on.
Testing. 1, 2. How you doing, buddy?
Doing all right. Hanging in there.
Yeah. You got some bad news today. Be honest. So this is real life, right? This is real life.
Yeah. Unfortunately, life goes on.
Mm-hmm.
This too shall pass.
Yeah. You're processing something right now, and I'll keep. I don't. It's not for putting out there, but I know you have. So, but Tyler's with us today. Tyler's been here, guys. Just so you hear Tyler, talking periodically, jumping around. If anyone knows me, they know I'm tech unsavvy, and I have no ability to figure out sometimes even how to start my phone. I know how to do some Facebook posts. That's probably all I've really mastered out of this tech world. But Tyler's got a little bit of everything, and we've come together now. He says only 2 months. I think it's more like 4 or 5 months. But we've been working together, and we've had some progress. So you're going to hear Tyler more and more on the show. He'll eventually be sitting behind the board and actually running the board. And as the show grows and gets a little bigger, especially with our guests, you'll probably see more about Tyler doing his thing. And Tyler, are you enjoying this experience?
Oh, absolutely. This is something new and exciting. I always enjoy getting my feet wet in things that I don't know anything about. I'm a naturally curious individual.
So basically, you're telling everyone I just hired the person. No, I didn't hire you, but we came together. You have no experience at all, and it's ground floor.
Oh, absolutely. But I mean, I'm a fast learner, and they say that 80% of the knowledge you need to succeed is like obtainable really quick. It's that final 20% that really need to work on, and everything takes time. And the thing is, uh we don't sit around on our hands talking about doing things. We just go out and do it. And that's
We
what I've
do.
loved about this. It's every day is a new experience, and we just get our hands dirty and just do it.
So Tyler's been with me, and he's working not just in the radio and the podcast or creative space, right? Working with me also within, and I don't know if I've talked enough about this, and I guess I've been a little bit quiet. But Uncle Earl's, right? We launched the beverage company called Uncle Earl's about I don't know, this month, and we were up in Boston last week. Tyler went up with me, and he was setting up with his camera and his filming everything, and some things changed, but we had a really good experience. And what was your takeaway from going all the way to Boston and capturing some content and the Boston Man Magazine event, which was really cool?
Um, I mean, it was an amazing event. Socializing with all those people, and the fact that they have those types of events is something so foreign to me. I'm not an entrepreneur. I don't have entrepreneurs really in my family. It's never really been a thing. Cocktail hours for me was just going to the where they had the cheapest booze, to get drunk.
Get drunk.
It was never a social thing, and I still don't thrive in social situations. Um, Especially now, I'm just so on not used to being
That's
in.
two events we went to. You had the Heart of Love. You were in your tux. You dressed up in a tux and looked really handsome that day. I hope that didn't make you feel uncomfortable.
No, you're good. Thank you.
Okay, you look
Appreciate it.
handsome. And then we dressed you up a little bit last week. And I love the fact that I'm watching you and witnessing you experience things that you haven't done before in some ways. I think that's very cool. I'm not bragging about me having that experience. I flourish in those moments. I love it, right? But I think we offset each other really well. It was a good event. Uncle Earl's, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm excited. And entrepreneurs that are out there, I want to speak to you right now. We're hopefully going to get Melanie on, who works, with the marketing here and the sales, and I want to get into the community. Actually, we'll be out in the community on Monday. I got a couple appointments, station related. We're going to be going out and capturing some film for one of our clients, someone that sponsors here on WICH and all the rest of the stations. And we're going to be highlighting these local businesses. That's entrepreneurship, right? And so I feel like just tying I have that spirit. So if you're out there and you're listening and you got a business, maybe you've had a business that you've advertised before here on the station. Maybe you want to advertise on the station. What I'm going to recommend for you to do is reach out directly to me, reach out to the station, the marketing department, the sales department. But reach out and let us find out what we can do to help you promote your business locally. It is all about local right here. And that's where we want to engage. So I just kind of talked about entrepreneurship. Have you ever dreamt of being business or anything like that? Has that ever been in your forecast?
No, and I want to go back real quick. Not only businesses, but any passion. I feel like any passion project. If you have an interest in,
Mm.
let us know. See how we can help you. Maybe we can connect you to the right people who share your passions. You never know. It doesn't have to be a business. Sometimes it's just things to help people. People helping people, bringing people together. I think is the most important thing. I mean, if you can make money off it, awesome. But at the end of the day, I think bringing forth a sense of community and bringing people together is really what I want to do. The money is secondary. I need to be able to afford to live. I need to eat. I need to pay bills like everyone else. I'm still running the rat race. But if I can do that and help the people I love around me and help the community and help people grow and prosper and learn, find their passions and renewed sense of vigor for life. I'm all for that. Like for happiness and positivity, like bringing people back up because there's so much sadness in the world right now.
You having a bad day, bud? You having a hard day? No, I appreciate it. Listen, if you don't get to know anything about Tyler, he's just a really good spirit. He's a good dude, and he just likes the people smile. And so that's what we're going to try to do. Is like you're right. Thank you for checking me on that, because it is about community and it's events, right? Just like we went to the event at the Chestnut. It wasn't just about that wasn't a business meeting as much as it was a community. And I think communities like Norwich especially, they need to have events where it brings everyone together. And so if you're out there, and to Tyler's point, maybe you're thinking about planning an event, maybe you thought about it, but you didn't know how to do it. These are other things that the station can help you do. Maybe your business, you want to do an event where you bring people out, those kind of things, or maybe it's just an event that you want to promote. We are in the future, guys. We're going to have some interesting guests. Going down a couple of the guests, um, you know, uh, Rachel Linda, who is actually formerly known as, a lot of people know her family from up in the Griswold area. Rachel is she's in charge, or at least represents the tourism here in Connecticut, and so she works directly for the governor's office. And having her be one of our homegrown, Rachel Sumner, of course, I'm speaking of. She also is the front singer, front leading voice. Jumps in and out of it now and then, but for Red Light, so you'll see her out singing. Rachel's going to be on the show really soon. We're going to talk about all the tourist attractions and the events that are going on, kind of tying to what you're talking about, Tyler. There's a lot that's going on in New London County. We are celebrating the 250th anniversary. So there's going to be those events. And then there's the same old events that take place. There's all kinds of, rock the docks. We'll be talking with Angela in a moment. She's going to be coming into the studio with a guest and with our chamber chatter update. And we'll be talking about all these rock the docks, the Friday night event that's going on here. And then in New London County, there's so much going on. The casino events that are going on, the other events at the local establishments. And then, of course, the fireworks are coming up. I saw New London's got fireworks coming up soon in July. It's just going to be a really great summer. And the one wish I'm going to throw out into the air, Tyler, is I'm gonna wish for this. And I'm because praying for it, maybe wasting a prayer on this. No, nothing's a wasted prayer, but the wish that I have is that somehow, some way, people come together this summer and they forget about all the arguments. I think that's what this summer could be really amazing if we can get people together, and that's what we're going to do. So also coming on today, my good old friend, I call him good old friend. You might know him as a state representative. He comes out of that Litchfield County, up in the Litchfield County hills of Connecticut, up there. I forget his district. I got it written down somewhere. Billy Mo Buckley is a phenomenal guy. Billy is, I will tell you, we'll share his story. He just wrote a book and released a book. So we're going to be talking to him on our author update. This is when we bring in different authors and talk about their book series. And this is, if you're out there and you've written a book, if you know somebody that's written a book, or you want to hear about it, maybe an author, you want to hear them on the show, we're definitely doing this. We're going to try to do this weekly, where we bring in authors and we actually talk to them about, their book and learn about the author and the inspiration of doing the book and the project. Billy's going to also talk about, I just think his life is a really interesting guy. He actually probably makes more money off of dressing up as Santa Claus than most people do in a year doing their regular work. He'll let him share his story. He looks and maybe in some ways he is Santa. I don't know. We'll find out from Billy. I'm gonna go to a break, guys. Coming back, we should probably be getting set up, so Angela will be coming into the station. We'll come back after the break here. This is Kevin Allen on the One Table Radio Show, WICH 1310. Remember, the call-in number is 860-889-5252.
Can't find what you want new? Buy vintage. Chances are, whatever you need is at Patchogue Picker. Patchogue Picker in Griswold is a paradise for lovers of all things vintage, antique, retro, and rusty. So if you need something, tools, housewares, furniture, you name it, browse the thousands upon thousands of items at Patchogue Picker, inside and out. Vintage finds make great gifts too. Come discover all the cool junk at Patchogue Picker. It's a treasure hunter's paradise with new items added every week. Check out Patchogue Picker on Facebook and Route 138 in Griswold.
Nothing makes kids and adults smile ear to ear like a treat from Dairy Queen in Taftville. The McBride family have been serving up DQ Sundays, peanut buster parfaits, banana splits, and blizzards for over 55 years and would like to thank their loyal customers for making Dairy Queen in Taftville a mainstay destination. Don't forget a delicious DQ cake for your next celebration. DQ also grills up some great burgers and hot dogs. This spring, make DQ a must-stop. Dairy Queen, fan food, not fast food. Norwich Avenue in Taftville.
Into every thread. Learn more at mysticmuseumofart.org.
And welcome back. Here we are, WICH. This is the One Table Radio Show. Your host, Kevin Allen. We do this each and every week from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. And each week we bring in our partner in crime here in the local and beyond, conversation about events and businesses and just bringing people together. Maybe, I think in her, maybe as I introduce this repeating guest here, she should have been on the Love Boat. She's a party planner. And so, yeah, we got Angela, of course, from the chamber here in Norwich. But like I said, it's beyond that. We do the chamber. What do we call this? Chamber chatter.
Chamber
Right?
chatter.
How you
Yeah.
doing?
Do you just like date it yourself? The
Why?
Love Boat?
The Love Boat. I know,
Come on
right?
now,
Who
come on
knows the
now.
Love Boat, right? I don't know if anybody knows what the Love Boat is. Do
Yeah,
they?
We do. Yeah, we do.
Do you know what the Love Boat is? Do you
Yes.
guys? Do you guys?
I've heard of it.
You've heard of it?
Yeah.
Okay. I got some eye rolling over there. So, Angela, welcome to the show. Before we introduce your guest, thank you so much for last night, the Chestnut.
Wasn't that
Oh, it
fun?
was huge. It was huge.
It was
great.
fun. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, we went over to the Chestnut Street Playhouse for our business after hours with Old Times. And Old Times didn't Rodney have a lot of fun with his
Listen, that slapping he did, that little skit,
hand
what do you call it? Yeah,
hand jam or
you
something?
guys ever seen anybody like? It's probably from down south, right? They slap their
is.
hands and they do
Tennessee.
that whole dance thing.
Yeah.
Rodney from Old Times is a professional at it.
Really?
You should open a university, Rodney's University. to
Yeah,
teach
you
that.
got to get him up on stage.
Yeah.
We'll have
Yeah.
to check that out.
He's
It's so much fun.
he was-
That's how we ended up with the whole jingle with Old Times.
Really?
Yeah. 42 years
He told
ago.
about it, and then he was also on the Cooking Network or show,
Yeah,
and he
he's
was
amazing.
highlighted on there. So you have a couple guests, people hearing voices.
do.
Let's introduce.
I do. So we're all talking about music and all the fun we've been having. So I have Mary Dam. She's the director of the Rose Arts Festival, and Kat. You're going to introduce Catherine here in a second as well.
Okay.
But they're going to tell you a little bit about the Rose Arts Festival, a little bit about the history and such. But the Rose Arts Festival, to me, it's been 14 years that I've been at the chamber. In the beginning of the chamber, everybody's like, we got to bring it back. And then you were instrumental in helping to bring that back. So tell us a little bit about the history of Rose Arts.
Well, first off, I just want to say thank you for having us today. I have to be honest, I didn't realize we were live on the radio. So I'm a little bit nervous.
What do you think you were coming here for? I want to know what you told me.
I thought it was a podcast. I don't know.
I said, go on a radio with me."
Yeah,
That's all.
radio,
I missed-
podcast.
I think I misunderstood, but anyway, so
Right now, just on viewership alone, I want to just let you know the cameras that are on, we're only getting about 50,000 views. Direct
Oh,
on
that's
you. You're fine.
That's
You're fine.
that's great.
Yeah.
Great. It's great.
Total lie right there, by the way.
Well, anyway, so thank you so much for having us.
Mhm.
And yes, Rose Arts does have a long-rooted history here in the community. Um, I don't know if I should admit this. I've been told before that I shouldn't, but I'm actually a transplant. I'm not born and raised in Norwich. So for me, Rose Arts is more about our future. It's an opportunity for us to really like put our best selves on display. We have a lot of amazing resources in architecture, um, history, and diversity, and it, it's an opportunity for us to share that with the world outside of Eastern,
southeastern Connecticut.
So you're a transplant for. Let's cover this so that you know.
Oh
where
no,
you
here we go.
Yeah, where you from? You
All
opened the
over.
door. I don't know. I didn't ask. So.
All over. I was born in DC, moved out to the West Coast, lived in like Tennessee for a while, back to Maryland.
Are
up
you a
to
musician yourself?
Providence. I'm not. No,
She's just awesome.
just my life.
Just like to travel. That's very cool. All right. So welcome to your home city now. I'm assuming this is where you
Yes.
live and you have
Yes.
passion about the city. You have somebody with you. Let's introduce her, please.
This is Catherine. She's my partner in crime. She is our planning director, and she handles all of the things. So I don't even know how to, I feel like we would be here for 10 hours if I had to share all the things that she helps us do. Um, I'm not.
So the Roosevelt, but you're talking about the Rose Arts Festival, right? And so you guys organized a team of people, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
So
yep.
They're all volunteers.
yeah, let's go to
Yeah.
the story. I think that's a great way for the listeners to understand. Like, how did this come together? How did you get involved, right? And why?
So Kelly August revived the festival back in 2017, and I was part of that festival as a vendor. At the time, I was doing painting parties, and so as a vendor there at the festival, she liked my setup. She liked what I was doing. I was inviting people to come in and paint with me. And then from that point forward, I was part of the planning committee the following year. I was in the creative stations, and then in 19, I was in the creative stations. But then when Kelly stepped down, I just, I was worried that we were going to lose the festival. So that's when I stepped up as director. And since that time, so that was in 22, and since that time, our team has grown. There's always been a large amount of dedicated volunteers that put in effort year round to make this event happen. I have a core group of people that are just, like I said, so instrumental in making it all happen. And so Catherine is our director of planning. We have a music director, Jason Wallace.
He's awesome.
Yes, we love him. We have an art director, Teresa Bryan. We have a marketing director, Greg Boyd. An operations guy, it's my husband, Adam.
How much does he cost? Is he expensive? Right?
I mean, occasional meals, got to wash the
Yeah, I got
dishes,
you.
take care of the kids, all those things.
Good man.
Yes, he is.
He's doing that for you, by the way. I'm not saying
I
he
know.
should be doing that for me.
I know. He is. He is. It's fantastic. And then we have a new race director just came on. His name is Charlie. He runs O2 Event Productions.
Mhm.
So we're excited about. He's got like a great vision for the future. So it's a great team of directors, and then there are so many players on those individual directors' teams that make the magic happen.
And
Love
it's
it.
not just a
Yeah.
one-day event. I mean, this is a
Right.
3-day event, months and months and months of planning. So I know this year you have something new, which is a kickoff at the docks, right?
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. That I am so excited about this partnership. So we have Dockside Drinks and Eats. It's a fundraiser in partnership with these guys brewing and the marina, and I am so excited because it's going to be gorgeous. We have Michael at McKenna's and Brandon from Hyde's are going to make it like absolutely gorgeous. They're with all of their talent that they have. The U.S. Foods has donated the food. These guys is going to be there. Preston Vineyard Wines is going to be there. Whisk Together Catering is going to be there with mocktails. It's going to be a great time. I'm really, really excited for it.
All my members too.
Oh
All
wow.
our
that's
chamber
awesome.
members too.
Yeah,
And it will
yeah.
be. How do they get hold of you for tickets?
So their tickets are available from now until Tuesday. They're on our website, on all our social media, including these guys, the marina. It would be hard to miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're on our page as well.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Sounds like a great kickoff.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
It
Get
is
everyone together
exciting.
for the energy, get it all exciting.
Yes.
And of course, the Rose Arts are going to be when, and we'll go over that a couple more times, but when is that actually taking place?
So the fundraiser is next Thursday, June 25th.
Mhm.
It starts at 6 o'clock, and then live music will begin on Friday at 6 o'clock with our downtown venue partners.
Mhm.
That's free live music. into the wee hours of the night.
Mm-hmm.
And then Saturday at Chelsea Parade, it's a full day of fun. Kicks off with the race bright and early in the morning. Live music starts at 11, as well as the creative stations, the budding artist exhibit, the performing arts, our vendors. We have 72 vendors coming. We have 23 food trucks on the way. There's a 21 plus family fun area that's going to have mini golf and some interactive art activities. It's a day of fun and it's free. And come, we want you to come.
So about the race in the morning.
So the race is we have a 5K and a 10K road race. It is all the information again is on our website and on our socials. And so that will, there will be awards and all that
Can
jazz.
people still get into it?
100%. Yeah, you can sign up until the race actually begins.
And it's a road race, so
Mhm.
there's how far is it? 5K.
So there's a 5K
5K, and
and
then
a
little
10K.
little kids too can do something, right?
So we don't have a fun run this year,
Okay.
but we do have the 5K, and it's a little bit for those who haven't done this race yet. It's a challenge. It starts uphill, and for that 5K, and then the 10K is just a second loop. So, but
Okay.
people do enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
how many days is the Rose Art Festival that you put together? How many different days is it?
So we have 3 days.
3 days total.
Yep, the kickoff with the fundraiser on Thursday, the free live music downtown on Friday,
Mhm.
and then our events at Chelsea Parade, and then continued free live music on Saturday evening.
Awesome. So, those people in the city of Norwich, I say Norwich funny, you're probably going to remember the Rose Arts being up on the green, right? That's the original spot. That's where they used to have the wrestling. They used to have the beer fest. We don't do beer fest anymore, right? The Rose Arts Festival.
No, there's no beer fest, but
That's the history in the city, right?
I know.
Probably get some kickback from that, right?
There is still
I want my
genuine-
beer and wrestling, guys.
there's beer available.
Yeah.
Harp and Wilson's will be there with offerings of beer and wine.
Just imagine we lived in a world where we could actually have a party called Beer Fest.
I know.
Angel, you and I would have really rocked it out back
So
then, huh?
much.
Yeah,
I
it would have been
know.
fun for us.
I feel like you probably did. I feel
Yeah, I
like
think
you
we
were
did. You could tell already. Yeah, all right. It's truth is I did have a good time. The Rose Arts Festival does go back and very historic, right?
Yes.
It's very historic here in the city. I mean, they've had some really big performers. The Thunderbirds. I remember seeing them at the Rose Arts Festival. All the wrestling names back in the day. Is that the direction? Do you want to do that, or is it something? I mean, I love the community feel, but I'm just wondering, do you want to get back to that kind of world, or what are you thinking?
So we try really hard. Jason is super intentional and specific about the lineup that he curates. It's about representing the diversity in our community, but we also want to really sort of aim for the artists that are right at the brink, right? Like right at the precipice. So they have a strong following, they have great music, they have a lot of talent, and they're just about to, really break wide open. So I don't want to say that I mean, obviously, like it would be fantastic if,
Lenny Kravitz.
yeah, like
We
that
get
would
Lenny
be
Kravitz?
amazing. Like I would never be like, no, he can't come. That would be so cool, Foo Fighters
Yeah,
or
right,
whatever,
right.
But it's we have to be realistic about
The community, it's community. It's
It's
community, it's local, and I love that. I'm just
Yeah.
asking for, I mean, sometimes people want to do the bigger and it starts here, but
Yeah,
I love the
yeah.
fact that you want to keep that community. I think that's perfect.
I bet.
What-
Yeah, go ahead.
And I was gonna say, and I feel like a lot of our lineup this year, there's a lot of hype. So many people have mentioned Big Lux to me over the past few weeks, like, and how excited they are. Melt, Neighbor, Mahali is our headliner. Like, all of these bands are, it's not necessarily like a Taylor Swift type name, but they're musicians that people are excited about.
Mhm.
And it feels so good to hear people say that. And like we are excited to be able to bring that excitement to Norwich,
Love
And while it is about community, we are looking to show off, our town.
Mhm.
So that's why I was saying like we're those Mahali fans that might be in Massachusetts or New York or Rhode Island.
there, yeah,
Yeah,
great idea.
absolutely. And
That
that's,
one down for the event for sure.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
And then you got the food highlighted, you got the community highlighted, it all comes
Mhm.
together. Angela, you've been doing these kind of events for a while now. Again,
Not as big as that.
not as
but,
big as this, but
you know,
involved in working
yeah.
with them. So,
Mhm.
what's exciting you about this year's event and just the energy you're getting?
The energy is always there. This has been something that I love about the Rose Arts Festival. The one thing that I like, you're doing a great job like explaining the whole thing. On Friday night they have the Downtown After Dark, and those going to bring in some of our local artists and musicians that could be acoustic singers. And again, it's somebody that loves it. But I noticed that there had to have been 40 or so acts for Friday night. So
We have 32.
32?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
we
was
have
trying to count
32
them
of
before I came here, and it's
Yep.
amazing because
Yeah.
that is going to bring in different people who haven't been down to downtown Orange,
Mhm.
and that's what I love about it. So they haven't been to Billy Wilson, so they haven't been. They're in Harp and Dragon and
Reliance House,
Reliance
these
House.
guys brewing.
And these guys brewing. So those are the
And Strange Brew.
and Strange Brew.
There it is.
Yeah, and what she just said is exactly the point. It's going to bring a whole different diverse amount of people
Right,
downtown
right, yeah.
to downtown Norwich and along the water as well. And they're going to discover the things that they
Love it.
haven't. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Big and kudos to you for getting involved, right? And I'm sure you're making a lot of money doing all this volunteer
Huh.
stuff, right?
And I
Make-
want to say too, a lot of it is, it's about community, but also about volunteers for us to grow and
We've been talking
continue.
about that.
It's about volunteers, and we're still accepting volunteers up until the day of the festival. Again, you can get to that on our website if you want to be part of what happens and the change and the growth in the future. We definitely are welcome to have everyone.
Well,
We've
you got a
been
good,
talking about
she's
that.
got a nice voice. I think
I
she should
know.
be on the radio.
I
That's-
know.
I couldn't even see your face behind the thing there. I'm like,
I
wow,
was like,
very, very good job there. Wow.
Thank
You can do our spots over here for
well,
us.
we've been talking about it the last couple of weeks,
Yeah.
right? About the volunteers.
Yeah, right,
Justin Street, and
Yeah, every time you bring somebody in, it's like this
So,
energy.
well,
It's amazing.
I didn't realize that last night when we were there that the whole cast of the Secret Garden that's coming out to Chestnut
that was so cool.
Playhouse, they're all volunteers for the cast. Like I knew that the volunteers to run Chestnut Street, but I never put two and two together that the cast are also all volunteers. So, the past 3 weeks, 4 weeks we've been doing this now.
Everyone you bring in, they're part
They're
of the
all
community.
about, and it's all about volunteers, and
Right.
it's all about passion. And if you don't have the passion to do it, it's not going to work.
For sure.
And I
For sure.
wanted to mention too, Chestnut Street Playhouse is actually going to be performing at our Performing Arts.
That's right. They did say
Yep,
that.
Okay.
12:45 to 1:15 on June 27th.
They'll be probably performing the what we saw
Yeah,
last
the
night. right?
Secret Garden.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see that.
Yeah.
We have the Witch Dancers United, Connecticut Premium Ballers, a magic show, a couple magic shows. Otis Library is going to be doing something. We have the Falun Dafa Waste Drum team. They were in the parade recently.
Oh
So
yeah.
we have a lot of great
I saw
people.
them.
Yep. We'll be
Amazing.
greatness,
Sounds like a great community event coming up in the city of Norwich, the Rose Arts Festival. Was the Rose Arts Festival, how many years was it out of commission for? I'm sorry, I forgot that.
That's okay. 19 years.
19 years.
Wow.
So it was dormant for 19 years.
Correct.
Wow, that's a
Mhm.
great. I feel really old.
We are. We are.
I feel like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. That's so. Was it hard to bring it back? Was it hard to convince people, or how did that work for you when you started talking about it?
Well, so I sort of inherited it. I wasn't part of the initial bringing it back as in regards to like all the operations and stuff like that. From my understanding is the initial was a struggle. And then and it was just supposed to come back for the one day,
Mhm.
and people loved it so much and wanted it to continue.
Right.
And that's, once it just got going, it's really picked up a lot of momentum.
Love it. Love
Yeah.
it.
I
Love it.
think part of the challenge you had is people want to compare it to the old. And
Oh.
I mean, Mohegan Sun, you can't compete with those big bands when you have two large
Right.
casinos here.
Right.
Right, and
So-
let's not forget that it's free live music, right?
Yes,
So
exactly.
when was the last time you paid less than $250 to see your favorite band? Like
Mhm.
it doesn't happen,
Right.
right? So if we were to bring a big name like that, we
You have to cut back on everything else.
Right,
And that's
right.
not what this is about.
right.
And I love that. And I was, asking the question, hopefully not to set up like I wanted that, but to the
You
point,
didn't.
it's so community based. I think that's what people enjoy. And people want that today. People want to be near their neighbors. Maybe they don't know it. Maybe we got to convince them a little bit. How are you doing for advertising? How are you reaching people? How are people learning about the event?
Well, we got a lot going on as far as advertising goes. We have some bus ads going. We got a lot on social media. We're here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Mhm.
We have some email blasts going. We're in the day, Norwich Times. So Um, I
Tell
feel
your
like I'm
friends.
forgetting
No,
stuff.
tell
Yeah.
tell the volunteers that you have to just post it on their page. I'm going to
Oh,
be here
yes.
this day. You know, that would be another whole reach
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
need to do, but everybody needs to talk about it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah.
We could definitely use everybody's help to get the word out for sure.
Yeah, again, it's all free. The only things you'd be paying for that day is if you choose to buy, a drink or food or something from the vendors, which are all amazing. But it's free kids activities, free crafts, free music. The music downtown Friday and Saturday is all free.
Awesome stuff.
Which
I
is
love.
everybody has covers right now, so that's great.
So, Angela, the chamber, you're getting involved in all these different events and promoting and doing all these things. You have a really full summer of events coming up.
You do.
Obviously, the Rose Arts is the one we're talking about today, and we'll continue to talk a little bit more about it before we wrap up. How important is it for you from your job to be able to have these kind of things when you're talking to new businesses, especially? I mean, new businesses coming to town, they're looking around like, where's, how am I going to make it here? So you
Yeah.
must be excited when you're able to share this, right?
Well, when these events come in, people are, if they don't get a chance to eat there, which I'm sure they will, because there's a lot of food vendors and stuff like that, then they're going to naturally gravitate into the businesses around.
Right.
So that's pulling everybody in.
Well, in addition to that, I mean, we have people that attend from all over the country.
So
So
hotels are being booked.
hotels, gas, restaurants, and this is not unique to this year. My first year, I was shocked when I was talking to a couple on the green, as we were getting prepared the day before, and they had come in from California.
Wow.
I know. I was like, wow. And then we had a runner participate from New Zealand. We have people from Florida. There's people from Kansas. So it's really all
Awesome.
over.
Awesome.
And they're not just coming in for a day trip for that, you
Yeah.
know?
That's the thing. Yep.
Yeah.
I love it.
So everybody benefits.
Yeah, that's a great, and it's so community, so perfect, and perfect timing. I think in the 250th year, we have a lot of energy going on across the world. This is a great homegrown sort of event people should take advantage of. Did you name who's some of your country music? Do you know offhand? Do you have any country music for a fellow like me?
There is some, but you're
Who's it? Nick Boss?
Nick Bossy.
He's a huge local deal.
Tyler Foxbell, I believe he's.
I love Tyler. Well, he's behind me. I don't know if I love the other Tyler, but I like that Tyler
I
too.
love country music, so
Okay.
I'm saying that.
I'm just asking. I didn't mean to be. I'm a troublemaker, aren't I? Just a trouble here.
So
I didn't mean to be.
no, not at all. Not at all. There, like I said, we try to bring in all different types of genres,
Yeah.
right? We want to appeal to as many as we can.
We should have had Jason come in.
There you go.
Jason Wallace.
Yeah. Bring him in next time. Anytime you
We
guys want
can.
to come in and definitely.
He
talk.
has live music at Strange Brew all the time.
Yeah, I know. I definitely know that I've heard so much. And, when I had my bar, the Pub 45,
Yeah.
the previous owner, obviously the sadness of him passing there, he and I would talk all the time and he had music. I was always jealous of all the things he
Yeah.
could pull off there. So they do amazing here.
And I will say, I do so much with the other stuff. Jason is the go-to music guy, but at Billy Wilson's, I believe Friday and Saturday night, they do have a lot of acoustic and country acts. So
Okay,
Billy
yeah.
Wilson's is where you want to go, get
Yeah.
some chicken wings and
Okay. Thank
country
you.
music.
Thank you
They're
for,
awesome.
I'll give you a holler on my advising me on where I'm supposed to go this summer. Thank you so much. The city of Norwich has a lot of anxiety, I think, over all these looming issues of the world, but this is a time you can turn it all off,
Exactly.
come together and just stop all that other nonsense and have a great time at the Rose Arts Festival, right?
Absolutely.
All right.
Period.
And again, if you forgot, June 25th, 26th, and 27th.
That's
right?
right.
There it
That's
is. We're
right.
going to help promote that again. We
Thank
have
you.
it's coming up. Actually, what's that? When is that? Next week?
Yes.
Yes.
Next
Oh wait,
week.
this is the big week. This is so next
It's a-
week.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes, we are in the home
How
stretch.
you guys feeling right? Let's talk to you guys. Are you feeling
Tired.
stressed at all? Are you tired? Do you need a vacation?
Butterflies of excitement.
Yeah, I bet,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
Are you nervous?
Always.
What would you compare this kind of nervousness to in your life? Like what other things have made you nervous like this? Be very careful. Your husband's listening.
I feel like
I think weather always, weather
Oh,
for
no,
outdoor.
we don't
This
talk
nervous
about
about your
weather.
wedding. I gave you a softball there.
Yeah, definitely weddings.
Okay, thank you.
kids,
Check mark.
all those things. But we don't talk about weather because we don't
okay.
have control over that.
right.
That's right. That's right. Weather's not a thing. Bite your tongue.
I know. That's
Party
the only
planner.
thing I ever get anxious about. So,
The weather is always going to affect you, but we're in New England. It is
Yeah,
what it is.
exactly. And I feel like the nervousness, the anxiousness, the excitement, I feel like that's all like the same plane of emotion, right? It just is depending on which way you go.
Mhm.
So definitely the butterflies, looking forward to it, excited for it. Yeah.
You always do a great job,
Oh,
and I just want to let
you.
you know that.
You
Thank
do, you
you.
do.
And she will be. She has no problem coming into my office and coming into different offices and saying like, "Listen, I need your help.
Yep.
We need
Good.
You know, we need your help," and
That's
that's
good.
what it's all about.
Yep,
So,
yep.
and I love that.
Love you guys doing this. Thanks for coming in. Now, Angela,
Thank
what
you.
else is going on? I don't
I
want
do
to.
have
Yeah.
to say a couple things.
Oh,
This
you
weekend's
sure-
still
you
a
got the
busy
floor.
weekend right before you. So the Montville Carnival's this weekend. 3-day. And it actually starts tonight. I had to print it all out because they have again a lot of things going on like you do.
Bet you there's country music there.
I-
Just saying. I grew
There
up there,
is
so I'm
music
saying.
there. June 19th through the 21st. So tonight, starting at 5 o'clock, is when so they have kind of, I don't know if you guys have this, but I think they said something about bull riding or something.
Bull riding.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know what they
You won't
said.
find that on Chelsea Parade.
No, we won't. Not this year. Maybe
Pony
next year.
rides. I don't know about, but I might have just made that up. No, mechanical bull.
Oh wow.
Which I thought was interesting.
It's
a
like
petting
it's,
zoo.
yeah.
So, this is, I mean, it's Montville. So,
Right.
you got to go with the flow here.
Yeah, yeah.
Free, painting and henna and all that other stuff.
Cool.
So it's tonight. I'm sorry about my paper and I can't see anything. 5 to 10. And then tomorrow, 3 to 10. And then on Sunday, it's 12 to 5. So Montville Carnival, a lot of people don't know about it. I know I need the readers. Thank you. So,
Old
that's
people who
something-
use glasses and they can share them. They're all called readers.
they're all
We all have the same prescription.
Yeah, don't look at me.
Oh, they look good on you.
And then tomorrow, there's a lot of fun things going on tomorrow. And then tomorrow, we're going to celebrate the ribbon cutting and Liberty Tea reception for the newly restored Woodward Gardens. And that's going to be in Franklin. So that's going to be fun. That's at 2 o'clock. You can find us all on our website and on our Facebook page. And then, fun fact, at the Antique Plaza, they're doing a summer solstice. So the whole community in that area, they're doing a whole shopping stroll. So Aerial Fitness, Path to Self Wellness, Dexter's, Small Potatoes, G's Country Bar, and Paragon Salon. There are tons of food trucks, car shows, live DJ, crafts and stuff. That's from 10 to 3 tomorrow. And that's at the Antique Plaza. And then on Sunday, not on Father's Day, but there's also Make Music Day. So again, it kind of just keeps on bringing the fact that there's music. So if anybody wants to participate in that, there's 3 that I pulled up right away. There's one in the Pocket Park that's in downtown Norwich, and that's from, I believe, 12 to 7 p.m. And then there's one at Mystic Aquarium is actually having music, so they're getting into the fun. And then the Art Space is also having some Make Music Day theme. So look that up. It's worldwide, and it's a lot of fun. So that's this weekend.
Where can people find you if they want to get involved
They
with
want
the
to find me.
chamber, all that
Yeah.
stuff?
So you can go to gnacc.org. You can give me a call at 887-1647. You can email me, angela.adams@gnacc.org. So just give me a call.
Give your call. And ladies, tell everyone where they can find you for more information about the Rose Arts Festival, please.
Okay, so you would want to hit up www.roseartsfestival.com. Don't judge me for the www. And then our social medias are at Rose Arts Fest. Those would be the places to go and get.
Okay.
You just type in Rose Arts Festival.
And we'll put the
Yeah.
links
Yeah.
on to this so everyone can kind of click on there as well and help you promote it until next week. Hope to see you out there. Congratulations on what you're doing, and your energy is exciting and it's infectious. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, both of you. And a radio show coming up for you soon around the corner there. Guys, we'll be right back. This is Kevin Allen on the One Table Radio Show. This is WICH 1310. We come back. The phone lines will be open, 860-889-5252. We got to do a whole show on Rose Art Festival history, like stories.
Yeah.
Like from the keg drinking days, and all that
I know,
stuff.
like,
So we got to do
Ken
some of
Feely
that.
could probably, let's get Ken on here.
Let's get him on.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
there you go. Back in a moment.
Superior Auto Center, where quality isn't expensive, it's priceless. We have over 60 years of experience in the automotive business. Is your check engine light on? We can diagnose it for you and fix it fast. Broken down? Then count on us. Our highly trained professional staff will get you rolling in a jiffy. We are available 24/7 for your towing needs. And don't forget, we can handle all your mechanical repairs and scheduled maintenance as well. We service air conditioning, brakes, tune-ups, tires. We do it all. Superior Auto Center, 92 Stonington Road, Norwich, where there's no school like the old school.
If your business isn't getting noticed, Procop Sign Company can change that. Family owned since 1964, Procop has over 60 years of experience helping local businesses stand out. From eye-catching signs and banners to trade show displays and branded tents, they do it all. Want advertising that never stops? Their custom vehicle lettering and wraps turn your ride into a mobile billboard. Plus, Procop offers promotional products and printed materials like business cards, brochures, and more to keep your brand looking sharp. Check them out at procopsigns.com.
Free Music Festival, the Rose Arts Festival in Norwich, June 25th to the 27th. Experience Rose Arts all over Norwich, including downtown, at the marina, and on Saturday, Chelsea Parade comes alive with live music, food trucks, beer and wine garden, artists and vendors, and so much more. Our broadcast from the festival is brought to you by Curry's Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, the Floor Covering Shop, AC/DC Industrial Electric, the Marina at American Wharf, Old Times Restaurant, the Roofing Store, Rose City Financial Services, RWA Well Services, Rogers Kitchen. The Rose Arts Festival is made possible thanks to the generosity of sponsors, along with volunteers, creative artists in our community. Special thanks to the Rose Arts Festival presenting sponsor, the Edward and Mary Lord Foundation. Check out the full schedule of events at roseartsfestival.com and follow them on social media and join WICH, WCTY, WNLC Big 100.9 FM at the Rose Arts Festival. Hey there, it's Dave Elder from the radio station, along with Franco and my friend Jimmy Lane. We are getting ready for another Caribbean cruise this winter. Remember last winter how cold it was and how much snow we had? Well, we're teaming up with the band Branded for Rockboat 8 on the brand new ship, Norwegian Aqua. And that leaves February 27th of next year, flying to Miami, 1 night there, and then 7 nights on the Eastern Caribbean with all the meals, all the drinks, all the taxes, the tips, the airfare, hotel, transportation, and the band Branded, along with karaoke parties, dance parties, a poker tournament, trivia, karaoke, and all kinds of other stuff just for our listeners. And we're going to stop in the Dominican, St. Thomas, the Great Stirrup Cay, Bahamas, and the ship's got everything. Escape the winter and join us on Rock the Boat 8 with the Norwegian Aqua. Prices start at just $29.95. Contact Mark Bolkoff today at bookthanescape.com and more info on our station's website. And don't miss the boat this year.
Hey everyone, Samantha here with R&W Heating Energy Solutions. Refrigerant changes are on the way, and the pros at R&W have the answers to your questions. Whether you have existing AC equipment or are considering adding air conditioning to your home, educate before it's too late. Call today to schedule your estimate with one of our knowledgeable representatives. Don't wait for the heat. Give R&W Heating Energy Solutions a call to schedule your free estimate at 860-848-9993.
Are you a skilled field or shop carpenter looking for your next opportunity? Join the trusted team at Yankee Remodeler, a full-service residential and commercial contractor that's been building quality since 1971.
This is Pete from Yankee Remodeler. I've been part of the team for over 31 years, and I can tell you, it's a great place to grow your career.
They offer competitive wages, great benefits, and a supportive work environment. Check them out, yankeeremodeler.com. You'll be glad you did.
Yankee Remodeler!
And welcome back right here. One Table Radio. And we come to you each Friday. We do this right here at WICH 1310. This is local radio, guys, at its greatest. And I love that we were talking about the Rose Arts Festival with Angela Adams, of course, with the Chamber. Angela, who does so much. And then bringing on the energy that the ladies from the Rose Art Festival are talking about. It's just incredible. I love local community. And again, that's part of my childhood memories, man. The Rose Arts Festival. I'm sure some of you out there that are listening. And again, the lines are open, 860-889-5252 right here. You can call into the station, get you on air. I do have a caller or at least a guest coming on a little bit. In the meantime, we do have a call. We're going to go to it in a moment. But, you know, just wrapping up the Rose Arts Festival, the excitement in the community right now, I feel, is high. I know a lot of us out here, we're getting influenced by a lot of the noise out there. My best recommendation is to go to the Rose Arts Festival, guys. Turn off all your social media, turn off all the things you're getting updated on, and try to just get into a community event where you just forget about it all, come together and have a great time. Speaking of having a great time, I feel like this call is going to be a great call. And so we have, I think we're going by the name number 5 here. Let me see if I can get him on the line. Hello, who do we have on the line?
Just a number.
Just a number.
Yeah, amendment number 5.
Can you talk just up a little bit louder? It's hard to hear you, sir.
So, are you still an AM station?
The WICH 1310 is a AM. I am on the AM station here, number 5.
Right. What do you do afternoon time? It's PM.
There's all kinds of programs that go on at this station. This is a show that I do from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. live on Fridays.
Does it have a 1310 PM?
Does it have a 1310 p.m.?
Yeah.
I don't understand the question, sir.
Well, you had 1310 AM,
Yeah.
but you have 13.
Yeah, no, it's the radio station. You can find us on 1310 AM here locally in Norwich. Okay. So what you had something you wanted to talk about before I brought you on. What number 5, again, not identifying who you really are. We're respecting that. Maybe this is something big breaking news. What do we got, sir?
Well, it's a nice, calm, peaceful day, and I feel maybe disturbing my own peace of mind here. But I will mention what has come to my mind during the past week with the arms deal with Iran. Okay?
You're going to talk about some national conversations about Iran, sir?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
first I would mention it's time to celebrate Samuel Huntington's birthday, and that's tended to be in the backlight lately.
Who are you talking about? Who are we celebrating?
Huntington's birthday.
Huntington. Yes, I agree. Very interesting. Do you know the history of Huntington?
Well, he was involved with the Bill family and whatnot, and the ships at Norwich Harbor.
Do you think he was more significant in that history, Huntington? Do you know much more about him?
I know quite a bit, but I don't want to discuss it. What has come to my mind in the past week with the limitation on nuclear weapons with Iran?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They're considered an enemy or danger to the United States. Is this correct?
I got to tell you, I don't get too much into that national stuff anymore. I'm so focused on local and happiness and goodness and just butterflies flying around my world. I know it's real out there. I'm sorry, but I don't have much really to say on it. I don't know much that's going on, sir. Number 5.
Right. Well, you have to consider the fact there are at least 6 countries which should not have nuclear weapons.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Germany,
Okay.
Italy.
Yeah.
And I'll include France.
Yeah.
And eventually England and the Ukraine. Those are all people that have been involved with the United States at one time or another. How many battles, fights have we had with England and France? And how many times has Germany attacked other countries throughout the world?
Mm-hmm.
At one time, Sweden was even involved in that.
Mm.
And Italy. Now, we don't like being voice shopped. So, enough said about the PM program.
So I mean, I hear you got some knowledge and passion, and maybe that conversation down the road, number 5, will come up, and we can have that. Are you here in the city? Can you at least disclose? Are you here locally? Can I know that much on your history here?
I am in 2 locations.
You go at the same time? How do you do that?
Through the fraudulence of AI.
You can represent yourself in 2 locations through the fraudulence of AI. You're using your words very carefully. I'm a very mysterious man, number 5.
Now, let's bring up AI.
AI. Let's do it. We're going to finish this with AI, and I got another call, but let's go. You're on 5.
Trump wants to facilitate and expedite AI and kind of fast track it. Do you realize the mile-wide and 100-mile-wide strips that they have proposed for the generation of power for the AI systems and all of the land that's going to confiscate from people?
Data centers, you're speaking these data centers, data, whatever you want to say. It's they're going up and they're using so much power, energy. And are you worried about the impact on the environment? What's your position here?
Well, the minimum they use is 50,000 gallons of water a day just to
Yep. Okay.
And I bet they probably, the big ones could be up to 200,000
Right.
a day. And they make a lot of noise. They create a lot of noise.
Right.
And they displace whole populations.
Well, the reality is Elon Musk is creating a new device where he's going to sink them into the ocean. They're going to self-cool and self-generate, and they'll be automated, so you won't have to worry about that anymore. Number 5, thank you for your call today. It was a really great pleasure talking to you right there. I think we have somebody else online. Let's see who we have. WICH 1310, One Table Radio. Who do we have on the call? Okay. Anybody? Hello? Hello?
What's up, my friend?
Is this him?
This is he. This is the one who calls himself me. Yeah.
It's called. So, guys, this is a really exciting moment right now. Thank you for the previous caller, number 5. I don't know if you caught any of that, Billy. But Billy Mo Buckley. Listen, this is a guy, as I said, he's more identified, I think, as Santa Claus than he is as a state representative, or even on some of the amazing things that he's done, including a book that we're going to be talking about with you. My old friend from the State House, Billy Mo. How are you?
Wow, that's a heck of an intro. I appreciate it. Thank you, brother.
Was it a bad one? You write your own intro next time, then. I'm not going to do it. How you doing, man?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Great to talk to you as always.
What is? I'm sorry, I should have looked at it. I thought I knew. What district do you represent in your duties as a lawmaker?
Well, I'm probably the most trending number for any district now, because I am District 67.
6-7. I don't know. We're having a little. If it's signal, I don't know if you're. It sounds like you're sounding a little bit like you're in a submarine. Actually, are you
sorry.
Are you in a yellow submarine, perhaps?
I am not. I'm not even hanging out with our buddy Mike France, who was the submarine guy, who I told him his nickname should be Fish and Feet. That's what everybody smells like in a submarine.
Now, Mike France, obviously a local guy down here, so Billy's dropping some local names so he can, connect to the audience. I love that. Great move. I love that, Billy. Good job.
I do what I can.
Tell everyone a little bit about you, obviously from your, because I'm probably not doing a good job. Tell everyone a little bit about you.
Oh, you've hit it all. I represent New Milford, which is not just the largest town in Connecticut, but it's also the best town in the USA. A lot of people don't know that, but it's.
Do you have an official ranking on that? Can you say that without? Do you have official something? The receipts?
It's on the sign when you drive into New Milford. There's a sign that says "Welcome to the best town in the USA."
You just can't say it, can you? You just said it and it's happening.
That's it. You gotta make these things happen. You gotta make things happen. In
I
your
love
life,
it. I love it. Go ahead.
Speak them out to the universe, and the good Lord speaks it back to you. So it's fantastic.
Beautiful, brother. So you've been up there. How long you been in the position?
I run a park. That's my regular other full-time job. Is I run a nonprofit 48-acre former estate.
So you run this. What's the name of that location where you run the nonprofit estate, and it's a park with animals on it? I think you got a whole bunch of different animals there, right?
Well, not a lot. It's called Harry Brook Park, but we have peacocks, and that's the one thing that people come here to see. I used to see as a kid when I was here. They died off about 30 years ago, and we brought them back. It was my number one thing when I got here. I've been here for.
Why peacocks? What's the history of the peacock? What's the history on the peacock? Why is a peacock it's a very exclusive club you have, but why peacocks?
They're not as exclusive as you might think. A lot of farms have them. They're great watchdogs and they eat ticks. They're great to have around. But as a kid, it was the only place around that I would see them. And the Hardens, who used to own Harry Brook Park, it was their weekend estate. They had swans and chickens and pigeons and ducks, and they had peacocks. So after they passed away, the peacock stayed in the little peacock house, and man, that was it. The fact you can come here and see a real peacock was a treat.
It was. I mean, you and I are in the same demographic from where we brought up, and back then, we didn't have all this entertainment, so parents would bring you to parks and little places to see animals and petting zoos. Are these animals running free? I want everyone to understand they're not trapped in some. They're free running, right?
They're not free running around the whole place. I have too many other animals here that would cause them problems. Fisher cats and
Oh, so you got to protect. You protect them then.
Would really cause problems for peacocks. So
Okay.
they are in a pen. They have a large area. I
Mhm.
got them from a farm in Pennsylvania that had far smaller space.
Okay.
So they're living their great life. They get great food and protection. We've got 2 in there now that are named George and Alice.
Okay. I don't know what's stupid. I don't know.
They're young. They're 1 and 2 years old. So
I'm having
we've
this
had them for a long time. Peacocks live to be about 20 years.
Well, 20. I was going to ask that. So I have this stupid vision. I saw this Robert De Niro movie where he actually was playing this Italian man who knew how to cook peacock. Do you remember that movie when his daughter gets in this situation and he kills the family peacock to eat it? Isn't that disgusting? Can you eat peacock?
Oddly enough, that was a big thing in the medieval days, but it was peacocks are cousins to the turkey, so I'd assume it's similar. I don't know.
That's a big turkey.
It's a big, well, believe it or not, peacocks, we had a good size, our last bird was probably about 8 pounds. They're all feathers and hollow bones.
Oh, really?
They're really not that heavy. They're not that big. Yeah.
It's kind of like me and you, just hollow bones.
I wish I was hollow bones.
Bill, you know so much in your life, and I did touch on Santa Claus. Where will people see you? Do you talk publicly about this? That you're connected to the big guy?
I run my own thing where I do video work. I have a friend of mine who's a 3-time Emmy winner who does the video work with me. Who's now making movies, but we do SantaClausCompany.com where we do videos around the world sent out to children. But I also do local things. Channel 8 in New Haven, I'm there Santa every year to do the tree lighting on the green in New Haven. I do New Milford and all around the area, different places that ask me to come out. I'm always happy to do.
And you not only, you know how to play the part, but you look the part. I mean, this is the thing. You were made for this job.
Well, I wrote a book a few years back called Behind the Beard.
Right.
And in Behind the Beard, I mentioned if I can grow a thick black mustache and wear a Hawaiian shirt, I'd be Magnum PI. But I was born with the rugged good looks of Ed Asner. So
what a good
gotta
guy.
what you got.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you are a handsome man, I would tell you. And the best part about you is your personality. You're just a loving, caring, good person, and comes out, oozes really fast. So it makes sense that you have that commitment and you enjoy what you do. I know you do because we've talked personally about it. But you mentioned book. You're not this is familiar territory. You've written some books or a book. You're definitely, you and I have talked privately about some of our dreams and some things in the future. And you finally have this book done. And I'm not saying finally like it's, but it's amazing. Talk a little bit, share with you, the listeners, the title and what was the inspiration for this book?
It took some time. I mean, it was probably 10 years between my first and second book, although probably about 2.5 years since my second edition of my first book came out. That makes sense. So the new one is called The Crane, titled Lifting Each Other Up. So the title comes from, initially I was going to offer it as gentleman's rules or be a better person or try to pass along that information. I don't have any children of my own, and I want to make sure that the things I was taught don't get lost.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went to my editor, we're trying to figure out the right name, and man, the publisher finally said, it's a lot. After reading this, it looks like a love letter to your dad almost.
Mm.
And that hit. So I started thinking about, from the time I was a kid, my father's a big man. When he passed away in 23, he was such a big guy. And his whole life, I'd hear him yell from the other room, "Hey, Crane, come here. Hey, Crane." And I'd go running in, and I'd put my hand out, and I'd give him a firm handshake, and I'd help stand him up.
Mm-hmm.
I was literally lifting him up.
Mm.
And that man lifted me up in every other way my entire life. So it's his lessons that help lift me up for me trying to be a better person. And I think that's the first thing I talk about in the book is I'm not perfect at all. I have my share of flaws like any other person. I'm not claiming to be the end all be all.
Mm-hmm.
But I have things that can help. Things that the next generation might not hear. And I've had more adults read the book recently that said, thanks for the refresher. I needed that. I needed to know some of these things. Things that are just going to try to help you become a better person on your daily life and help you establish that legacy so that when you're gone, you left your mark.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So your inspiration, you shared with me again before we got, on this call, we had a call probably back in the fall. We were talking a little bit about this and to see it happen and see it come together. The inspiration from your dad really has, even though you might not have thought that was the inspiration during the creation of this book, you really realized that you kind of looked inside and you said, yeah, this is coming from places that, you experienced firsthand.
Absolutely. He would pass along lessons without you knowing it was a lesson. And this guy was the most involved community human being I can possibly imagine. 70 years he spent on the ambulance. He drove the ambulance at 14 years old.
Like volunteering on the ambulance?
Absolutely. I mean, he was 14 years old. They show up next door to his house and say, kid, can you drive?
Mm-hmm.
Are you kidding?
Mm-hmm.
Put that in the context for today. It doesn't happen.
Mm-mm.
But as soon as he did, he got involved with them and he started doing whatever he could to help out.
Mm-hmm.
He became he joined the Air Force as a veteran. He came back and joined the Postal Service. And most people would go, okay, that's my job. I think about people today. That's my job. That's what I do. That's it.
Yep.
Stayed with the ambulance, joined the fire department, became a Freemason, started a business on the side, just always involved with everything in the community.
Mm.
And what an incredible lesson that is for me. How spoiled am I to have a human being who is so incredibly tied in and cares so much about others trying to show me the way.
Mm.
And it took a little bit. I didn't take to it right away,
mm-hmm.
but you did. When you're a kid at 10 years old, you're told to go to the local fair and you're going to be, pouring sodas out for people. Okay, you just do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Did you get a lot of that inspiration for your life? Did you get a lot of that inspiration of how you handled your relationships and just your life from your dad? Did you, a lot of those lessons were learned?
Absolutely. And when you mess them up, I mean, mistakes are going to happen, right? That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're put in that position for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
We want mistakes to happen. Mistakes are how you learn what you're supposed to do in life. You and I are incredibly different people and very much the same people.
Mm-hmm.
But you ever play golf? You ever go out and play golf?
Occasionally. I'm really bad at it, but yes, I try.
I'm not great at it. But if you and I each put an 8-iron in our hand,
mm-hmm.
you're going to hit it differently than I am, right?
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Mm-hmm. I can't expect, and nor should I expect, you're going to hit an 8-iron as far as I do or in the same situations as I do,
mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But we're both at some point, if we play golf, we're going to learn how to use that 8-iron.
Right.
Well, that's kind of what this is. You're going to get to a certain place where you want to be in life, one way or the other. It doesn't have to be the same way that I do it, right? And it doesn't mean that your 8-iron is going to go as far as mine is.
Mm-hmm.
It means you're going to find a way to get the ball to the green the best way you can for you.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you got to hit the ball out of bounds. You got to hit the ball in the sand trap, and you're going to recover. You're going to do great. You got to stay at it. That's all it is. It's perseverance.
Sounds like the next title for your next book is going to be The Sand Trap.
It could be.
That's a good one.
That one right there.
That's write it down. I want at least 10% from the book. So
I actually, believe it or not, I might be on to the next book already.
What? Already?
Yeah, actually, I'm working on one about Harrybrook right now, which is almost done.
About the park where you work at, you mean?
Right, where the park came from and the history of the park. But I learned of another one while I was in session this past year. That I have a 7th cousin who served in the House and the Senate. And I need to do a little more research I'm going to have to come out to Eastern Connecticut to do it.
Share the story. Yeah, share the story because you shared this with me and it's trippy, dude. You figured this out and you called me up because I know we were talking a little bit about it, or at least you shared with me. It has a connection here, but it also has a connection to both parties. It's wild. Go ahead.
It really is. And this guy was, he was a Freemason. He had the ability to work across party lines. When he passed away, he left a library in Danielson, which still has his name on the building, which is now Historical and Genealogical Society, which I'm dying to get over to see.
Mm-hmm.
I just gotta find the time. I need more time.
That's Ann Bethany's. You know that's Ann's spot. You know, your buddy, Ann, our buddy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
I call her. I've been calling everybody who's out there and say, look, I need to plan to have coffee when I come out. That's all.
For sure. Yeah, so tell everyone who you're talking about. Can we talk a little bit about this relative that, you know, and it is trippy, guys, to understand. I mean, I remember when I got in the State House, I knew I had no one in my history of my family. I was probably the first person to get elected to that position. Not saying I'm famous. I'm just saying, but you get in that position and then you realize through some genealogy that you're connected to somebody that's very historic in Connecticut's foundation, right? And the way that he did it, he really got along with everybody. What an example. Talk a little bit about him.
Oh, just tremendous. His name was Edwin Bugby. This is a guy who was involved really through the Civil War and was a Republican who worked really well on both sides of the aisle. And this is when Connecticut had a majority of Republicans anyway. And he took the time to work with the Democrats across the aisle to do just the right things. He's the guy that gave the eulogy for the state for Abraham Lincoln. He was, at the time, President pro tem of the Senate. He ended up leaving from the Senate to go back to the House. Who does that? Tell me
that doesn't, yeah.
Go back to the House.
Is he one in the history of this country or the state that's done that kind of move? Have you been able to verify that?
I have not yet. I mean, I'm still working on some of those details, but he did stay in the leadership as President pro tem of the Senate and then became Speaker of the House after that.
Wow.
And stayed in the House after being Speaker, went back into the mix of all the state reps, and was actually in the same Capitol that you and I have sat in together, in that room the year it opened.
Wow.
That was his last term in office. He did one term where he was in that room. So that's where it comes really close together. Holy cow. We were both in the same place, same time.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And history is so cool, and when you can tie it in together, and a lot of us get, I think you and I can understand this. Republican, Democrat, that's just a title, and people. It's about people and relationships, and I guess your legacy. And you talked about eulogy, right? You just said he did that for Lincoln. And by the way, I mentioned this before on the air. When you get to hear about somebody like you talk about your dad, that's the eulogy, man. I love, and I'm not saying I love the fact that I have to hear it after, but I love the fact when people like you share that passion of the eulogy of the person like you did with your dad and you do with everyone. I just think that's so important. We miss those old stories about people. And I know that you're into history here in America and Connecticut especially. What inspires you to do what you do and serve, and not just the State House, but all the things you do in your community?
Huge. I mean, first off, it's inborn, right? It's how I was raised. It's how I was made. This is what you do. You should be helping each other. You should be helping your neighbor. That's life. This is what we're supposed to do. But for me, again, no kids, never been married. You got one shot here on this earth, at least, right? So while you're here, you're going to make your mark. Are you going to choose to be forgotten, or are you going to leave a mark that you helped other people before you were gone? It doesn't have to be grand gestures. It doesn't have to be titles and all that sort of thing. But what kind of person were you when you were here? Were you the kind of person that gets remembered, or are you the kind of person that gets forgotten?
It's a great point, man.
That's what motivates me.
You dropped. I just want to write that down, Tyler, so we can put that on a shirt. You make me emotional every time you talk, Bill.
And give me 10% of that shirt too. That's right.
Okay, we'll cut a deal. I mean, we're 10% shares and everything. And so when you talk like that and you look at today's society, do you get frustrated sometimes? Or is that kind of what motivates you to want to create these stories for people to read or hear, or you speak about them?
Yeah, I think we all do, man. I think, you want to approach, and it takes you time sometimes that when you're young, you tiptoe around things, and you don't always take the shot that you should. You might not have learned about respect early on, and there was no one to teach you what respect really is, to teach you about loyalty, and to teach you to take that shot, avoid regrets in your life, and do. And I think part of it is when you figure out what, you start weighing things out. What's the good and the bad? Right? If I try this, what happens? And don't be timid. Don't be timid, because here I sit 54 years old, and it feels like just yesterday I was 25.
Right.
I played softball last night, and I was on the field, and I watched the outfield all walk in on me. I go, what are they doing? I can crush the ball over their head. And I went, oh, no, that was me 25 years ago. I crushed the ball over their head.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Right? So I'm a different person now to who I was.
Mm-hmm.
And recognizing that is again, recognizing your own growth and your own arc is critical. So it's so much. That's why I had to put the book down. It's offering advice to the next generation. And then, like I said, I was amazed the amount of people that are of our generation that say, yeah, I actually am getting a lot out of this book. You're reminding me of things I needed to remember.
That's amazing. And so the nickname, the Crane, your dad called you the Crane?
He did.
Was it because of your long, skinny legs?
No bird reference whatsoever, and no Karate Kid reference.
So what was it? Can you share? Is there something specific? Why?
No, like a mechanical crane.
Oh, okay. So you're always lifting things. Gotcha. You know, when you're thinking crane, obviously you're thinking long-legged animal bird, right? Is that wrong to think that?
That's where you are. But if you look at the cover of my book,
I know.
you'll see a mechanical crane.
I do. I didn't know that. I thought maybe that was you. Maybe you were a crane operator, which you were, I guess.
I've had a lot of jobs, brother. I've had a lot of jobs.
For your dad, getting him up off that seat. So the crane was always lifting him. Were you called the crane before he got ill, or was it during your when did that title come to you?
Oh, I was a teenager when he first hit me with that.
Okay. All right.
And he didn't need help.
Yep.
He just, hey, had a rough day. Come here, crane.
The connection, like a handshake or a hug kind of thing.
I would pick him up. It'd end with a hug. It was a reason for him to give me a hug.
Oh, wow. So your dad was a loving man. So isn't it weird when you look at, like, we almost train ourselves in this world now to be hard, we love and hugging. And, I feel like, man, I wish I had that in my life,
Yeah, it was funny. I talked to my brother. I came up to visit yesterday, and we talked about the fact that it's funny. My father, as loving and giving as that man always was, he didn't say the words.
He wouldn't. Yeah.
We didn't hear.
Wow.
And
But you knew it.
That was his generation. That was entirely his generation. You don't say that.
Wow.
He'd say to mom. That's all he'd say it to.
Did you felt it, right? Did you and your brother, did you feel the love? I mean, although it wasn't said, did you at least have that?
1,000%.
Okay.
And I did get him once for the last, I want to say it was about 2 or 3 years before he passed. I gave him, I say to him, I say to mom, I still say to mom all the time. I said to him, I said, love you, Dad. He goes, love you too. All right, we'll see you.
You got him. He slipped up.
I got it. Put that in the pocket. I'm keeping that.
Love it, and you'll have it forever. What's mom think of the book?
She told me she really liked it. She thought it was oddly enough, she's the only person who told me she thought the ending was sad. Because the end talks about your legacy, and for me, she was sad by it by thinking about me talking about my end.
Gotcha, yeah.
And saying you got a long way to go, and I'm like, yeah, but I do, but I don't. 20, 30 years doesn't find the blink of an eye.
Right.
What happens now?
Right, yeah. And I again, you and I've had some conversations, and my story, I know your story. Knowing that you're comfortable with that, and some people aren't comfortable with that, and I get that, because it is a sad thing to think about. Billy, I got to tell you, man, I could probably talk to you for hours and hours, but here's what I'd like to suggest. I would like to suggest that you make a plan to come up here to do the research on your great ancestor. We work that together. In fact, I could even drive you around, and knowing the area or whatever, we can set up a day, but we'd like to do it on a Friday possibly, so I can have you come in and co-host with me on the radio show.
Oh, I'd love to. I'd absolutely love to.
Yeah, that'd be fun to do.
The right date that works.
I want to do that with you. So tell everyone where they can find you, the whole list. I want Santa out there. I want the crane, everything thrown out there for the audience, please.
That could have been the whole interview. Could be just all the places to find me.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
on Facebook, I'm doing the crane. You can just look up the crane lifting each other up. That's where the book is. That's still very new.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to send you a link for where you can buy the book, but the link is on that Facebook page. You can find that there. Santa Claus at SantaClausCompany.com. Rhett Buckby, of course, RhettBuckby.com. I also have my other podcast, which should be going back to it pretty soon, called The Bar is Low, which has nothing to do with politics or religion. I host it with one of my closest friends, where I'm a Christian, he's Jewish, he's a Democrat, I'm a Republican. We don't talk about those things. We talk about the things that unite us, and we have a great time with it. So The Bar is Low can be found on all the platforms. The Bar is Low with Mike and Mo.
Love it. Love it. But I love watching you guys because it just gives you a smile each and every time, as you do. I love you, man. I appreciate you, and I'm so happy for you. You got this book out, and we'll make sure we share it in our networks, and we will set up the date for you to come in and guest host in the studio at 1310 WICH. Thanks again. Back in a moment right here. You're listening to the One Table Radio Show. We come to you each and every Friday from 12 to 2 p.m. right here on WICH. When we come back, the lines will be open, 860-889-5252. Let's talk local, state, and if you got to get into some national stuff, let's just keep it positive. I don't want to get into nuclear conversations and things like that and finish up last half hour here. Right back in a moment.
UConn football in Eastern Connecticut is on. Personality Radio 1310 WICH Norwich and 94.5 W233 DV Norwich.
News this hour from Town Hall. I'm John Scott. Traffic returning to normal in a strategic Mideast waterway.
For the first time in more than 100 days, ships owned by major companies are transiting the Strait of Hormuz after effectively being stranded there since February. The strait is a critical passageway for the world's oil and natural gas. Lloyd's List estimates 550 merchant ships will need to prepare to exit the Persian Gulf, including 160 tankers, 200 bulk carriers, 60 container ships, and 10 vehicle carriers. Rich Thomason reported.
The American push for high-stake talks with Iran hitting a road bump. Iranian officials not traveling to Switzerland as planned, and they are insisting fighting in Lebanon must stop first. As according to 3 regional officials who say the situation is fluid, as Israel and Hezbollah have agreed to renew their ceasefire after a period of intense fighting in southern Lebanon. Vice President J.D. Vance was prepared to meet with Iranian counterparts this weekend at a Swiss mountain resort before that trip was postponed. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer says he'll fight attempts by rival Andy Burnham to oust him from office. More from Bernie Bennett.
Starmer says he will not walk away and will run in a leadership contest if one is triggered. Burnham, the mayor of Greater Manchester, won a seat in Parliament in a special election and is looking to replace Starmer as leader of the Labour Party and the country. Burnham's victory speech left no doubt that he wants to lead the country. Burnham has led Manchester since 2017, overseeing rapid regeneration for the city where the Industrial Revolution was forged. He's pledging to repeat his success on a national scale. Bernie Bennett reporting.
Ukraine hit a major Moscow oil refinery, disrupting flights at the capital's airports. It was the biggest drone attack since the invasion began. More from townhall.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-583-0141. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-583-0141. That's 800-583-0141. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
A prestigious awards ceremony at the White House. Correspondent Laura Winters with details.
At the White House, President Trump awarding the Medal of Honor to 2 Vietnam vets and a service member who fought in Afghanistan.
As we approach the 250th anniversary of our founding, we remember that we owe everything to heroes like those we celebrate today, men who went willingly to the darkest and most dangerous corners on earth to defeat evil so we could live free.
Laura Winters reporting.
The California Labor Union offered to scale back a proposal to temporarily increase taxes on billionaires, but it wasn't enough to get the governor on board. The original proposal would impose a one-time 5% tax on individuals whose net worth exceeds $1 billion and who were living in the state as of January 1st. Proponents had offered to lower that tax to 2%. News at townhall.com. An ancient oak tree said to have sheltered Robin Hood has died. Correspondent Ben Thomas.
Here's Robin Hood's tree, the major oak at Edwinstowe. It's been well looked after and surprisingly still lives in excellent shape in Sherwood Forest.
A report by British Movie Tone from more than half a century ago. But now that 1,200-year-old major oak is believed to have died.
They go into drought stress, so even a healthy tree would be feeling the pressures of those long, prolonged periods of dry.
Chloe Ryder with the Royal Society for the Protection of Birds. The flocks of human visitors to Sherwood Forest have compressed the soil around the Robin Hood tree, hindering rain from reaching its roots. And this spring, its gnarled limbs and sprawling canopy failed to sprout leaves. However, it will remain a natural monument to support the forest's ecosystem. I'm Ben Thomas.
More of these stories at townhall.com.
Today, mostly sunny. We'll see a bit of a filtered sunshine with a few high clouds, and temperatures very seasonable for this time of year, peaking in the low 80s this afternoon. Keep in mind there may be a bit of a breeze at times, gusting 20 to 30 miles per hour. Tomorrow, also breezy. We start off with lots of sunshine around. Then by the afternoon, a few more clouds bubbling up. That could give way to the chance of an isolated shower, but most of us will stay dry. Temperatures once again in the low 80s. We remain that way through your Father's Day as well. Low humidity means it will feel comfortable, but Sunday we'll see clouds increasing. That's ahead of our next big weather maker that arrives on Monday, bringing some rain along with it. The good news is we really do need the rain, and so we'll see some showers, potentially even a few rumbles of thunder to start off the work week, with temperatures dropping a bit below average for this time of year. From the First Alert Forecast Center at Channel 3, I'm meteorologist Tyler Hughes.
Nothing makes kids and adults smile ear to ear like a treat from Dairy Queen in Taftville. The McBride family have been serving up DQ Sundays, peanut buster parfaits, banana splits, and blizzards for over 55 years, and would like to thank their loyal customers for making Dairy Queen in Taftville a mainstay destination. Don't forget a delicious DQ cake for your next celebration. DQ also grills up some great burgers and hot dogs. This spring, make DQ a must-stop. Dairy Queen, fan food, not fast food. Norwich Avenue in Taftville.
Get in the zone, auto zone.
Annie's first oil change wasn't as hard as she thought because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained the job and showed her free how-tos on AutoZone.com. When she was done, AutoZone recycled her old oil for free. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, auto zone.
Restrictions apply.
There's a family-owned Mahindra tractor dealership near you, and they're ready to help you take on whatever your land has in store. Because every Mahindra is built to outwork and outlast the other guys. With a powerful engine, heavy steel build, and easy-to-use controls. And with Mahindra's red-hot spring savings, the time to put one to work on your land is now.
Dubé Tractors in Danielson is your Mahindra tractor headquarters. Backhoes are in stock and ready for immediate delivery. And ask about our optional implements, such as Mahindra's pallet forks and rakes. Get down to Dubé's Tractor or visit dubéstractor.com.
Welcome back. There you are. Good call with my guy, Billy Moe Buckley, and hearing a story about his dad or his relative. Oh, hearing a story about his dad, right? Just sharing that was pretty cool. Really enjoyed that. And for those on social media, hopefully you caught the had a little screw up here. You know, this is my 6th week. I got to say, it's about 6 weeks, I think, Tyler, sitting in the seat. And, you know, I'm the first to tell you, technology wise, you know, just following all this stuff. I want to talk so much that sometimes I can't focus, but, you know, it's on me and we're learning a lot. And Tyler and I, we're getting better every week. So we're going to make sure we put out something that is, you know, obviously a good product. And we continue to do that. So guests are important. And that's the one thing we're going to try to dial in the guests so we can do them like, you know, every maybe 2 in the front hour and 2 in the back hour. And each week we have something that comes to you very, very nicely done. What do you think, Tyler?
Yeah, absolutely. There I am.
Yeah, there I am.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a plan. Next week I will definitely be sitting down on the board. Like we spoke about. I got some upsetting news and a little bit out of it today, but going forward.
That's not on you, brother. Don't you even say that. It's not on you. Yeah.
But you know, I got this scheduling for the timing, and you know, we'll just keep getting better. Like you said, we're doing it. That's the thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's
We're doing it. What'd you think of that call with Billy Moe?
Oh, Billy seemed really cool. I am really interested in learning and hopefully helping him see his family genealogy.
Why, you have a little passion with that stuff?
I know my grandmother on my adopted uncle's side was really into it, so she had some really interesting genealogy books and pictures and family trees. It wasn't my blood family, but it was still cool. Just as a kid to see her interest in it, so to actually learn firsthand some of it and just see it. I think, yeah, honestly, it is something new and exciting for me. Something I'd find interesting in.
Very cool. So, history's, you know, it's so intriguing, but history and, you know, Hamilton was, you know, not Hamilton, but some of the things that we talk about in history specifically, the names in history, and sometimes you see how they're connected to towns or states or things. And, you know, just what Billy was talking about his ancestor being in a position where later on in life he finds out, not even knowing his whole career he's up there, this guy actually served in the same state where he serves. That's pretty cool when you think about how many people are in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. And the legacy that people have no idea. A lot of people nowadays, I feel like, don't know their ancestors, or there's a lot of lost history or lost connections. And, you know, taking the time to research that. I've never met somebody who researched their family's genealogy and told me that they didn't learn something interesting.
That's an interesting point. I was at a thing last year down in Texas at an event with Pastor Rolando, who you'll hear me speak about. And one of the questions was, do you know your parents' name? Do you know your grandparents' name? Do you know your great-grandparents? And really, honestly, most people, when you get to your parents, that's about all you know today. A lot of people don't even know their parents or their grandparents, you know, maiden name, for example, the mom or, you know, whatever. And so history is important, but it should be at home first. And then, you know, but society's different, right? It's a different world, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've also we've come a distance from the whole family legacy, and nowadays a lot of people are about choosing their own identity, and the family identity, I feel like, is something that's kind of only really seen in the rich. You know what I mean? The rich and the ultra elite. As far as my generation, I feel like the people I grew up with, we never really took, like, it wasn't a matter of pride our family name. You know what I mean? So it was just a name.
That's kind of sad.
I mean, it is, but at the same time, it's realistic with it. You know what I mean? Because we weren't a bunch of go-getters. It's not like we owned the town or nothing. We were kind of everywhere. My mom was one of 10 kids. My grandma's one of 13. So, they were everywhere, but it didn't feel like there was a family legacy to uphold.
Well, I mean, we go through a lot of things, right? And lives and generations change and people, you know, change and all that stuff. So, you know, one of the things we want to talk about, if you're out there, you're listening, you want to talk about history, you want to talk about your connection to history, maybe just share a comment, call in. We do have a caller right here. Let's see if we can go to this line and, yeah, see what happens here. Hello, who do we have on the call?
Rodney.
Rodney, this is Rodney?
Yes, sir.
you doing today, sir? Happy Friday.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling in.
One of the things that I found out about ancestry, one of my relatives stepped into the house after about 20 years and saw the plaque we have on the wall about my ancestry and my wife.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what did they what was significant about the history? Can you share like some points of that?
The name itself, Bowie, means light-haired person, big time.
Okay.
And I'm kind of light-haired myself.
Okay, so you fit the mold. You fit the part for the definition.
That's right.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So
And I told my nephews up in Maine, I said, thyroid problems runs in the genes in everybody in this generation, and it does. They didn't know that, and they're doctors.
wow. So how far back were you able to go in the history of your family? How many generations back were you able to discover?
Oh God, I don't know generation, about 1,000 years.
You were able to find out about your family lineage 1,000 years?
Yes, sir.
What were they doing 1,000 years ago? Your people?
Conquered England.
They were in England. Okay, so like many Europeans came here from England. What kind of work did they do? Were they shoemakers or you know?
No, my one of my ancestors that came over here, he was a cooper.
What does that mean?
Sure you know what that means.
No, what does it mean? Yeah.
He made barrels up and down the East Coast.
Bells?
Barrels.
Oh,
barrels.
Okay, all right. And so the wooden barrels will be used for the goods and services at the time, probably storage, transport, right?
That's right.
Whiskey and wine now, but I think back then it was used more for the foods and the services.
That's right.
Yeah, so he was part of the the industrial age in some sense. So he was part of contributing to that, right?
Yes, he lived in Maine, but he went up and down the coast on the not. I don't know if you're familiar with it though. We had steam powered vessels in the 1900s.
Yeah, for sure.
Went up and down the coast.
One of those vessels I think is the steam from Maine. I think is in Mystic. They use it as like a replica thing that's down there. But when he was traveling up and down in Maine, he was doing all the sales and was he doing trading with like say the indigenous communities then?
Well, it was like this. It's sort of a rotating thing. He'd come to let's say he'd come to Norwich, and he'd have a contract made already for barrel staves, and then he'd move on to let's say New Haven, and he had been there previously, and he had barrel staves. He had contracted to have barrel staves there. So when he arrived, he'd have enough staves to put in, I don't know, 15, 20 barrels, I don't know. But he'd have enough barrels to fill his contract.
Wow.
I have a question, if I may.
Go, Tyler.
Do you think that learning about your past family has helped you to connect and get to know your current family better?
I really don't know. I only saw this grandfather a couple of times. He died in Maine. A tractor ran over him. He hooked onto something hard, and the tractor flipped over on him.
Oh man!
And he died. He died in the woods up there.
Oh wow!
So
you got another two.
Yeah, this is amazing. You know what? I would love for you to call back and talk a little bit more. So do some research into next week for us, right? And find out what it is that you can add to that story, because I'm getting into the story. We'll be back in a moment right here on WICH 1310. This is Kevin Allen on One Table Radio.